I've learned that sometimes you can get lost in titles. You will forget who you really are as a person. You forget to be human. You start to live out the story that everyone else is playing out for you. If they say you got to put your shoes to the left, you're going to the left. They say you got to put your shoes to the right, you go to the right, because you don't want to let people down. Especially when you're in leadership, that happens to a lot of us. We find ourselves lost. And then we have to take some time out to go back and resurface and regroup and remember who we really are, where we come from. That the pain that we're helping others with, got to make sure that pain don't resurface back in us, because we're not taking care of us. We got to keep strength and courage around us. We need inspiration because we're giving it out so much. We got to know within ourselves that there's time where we need restoration. We need redemption too. And then we don't forget that we are human and that we are so much like these people that we're helping that we forget that we are still battling and struggling with our own things that we're going through. But we sometimes get into the point where we're in leadership roles and we have titles and we find ourselves looking around at other people and putting our fingers out and saying they need to fix this and they need to fix that. But all of the time within ourselves, we have our own struggles. If we keep focusing on the fact that we have our own struggles, we'll be so much less triggered to point at anyone else's. God wants us to love people and to love ourselves. And the thing about it is that when we learn to love ourselves, that's when we'll learn to love others in a more healthier way. But a lot of times we are not loving ourselves. We're not caring for ourselves and we get lost. See, I've never wanted a title. I've never wanted, when they said minister, I didn't want to be called minister, not anything. I just wanted to be myself. So a lot of times they'll say, Lady P, Lady P. And even I've gotten caught up in the lady part. Just be yourself sometimes. Just go out there and say, I'm not going to be minister or pastor, or I'm not going to be brother or sister, or I'm not going to even be a doctor or even the lawyer. You're not going to be your title today. Today, you're just going to be you, a regular human being walking around here doing kind deeds for whoever you can serve today. Just get lost in being a servant, just like Jesus did. He didn't have to walk around with a title and say, I am God's son and I'm this. He humbled himself under the hand of the Almighty. He knew exactly what he came to the earth to do, and he came and he did it. And that's what we're here for. We're here to figure out what it is that God wants from us. And we can't do it if we get caught up in titles. And we can't do it if we get caught up in status. And where we're supposed to be over here and over there and what people are looking at and people see me as this and I got to represent. Get rid of the representations and saying that I got to look like this. That's why, COVID is here to bring everybody to reality. You are still human. You still got to live. You still got to die. You still got to feel the pain. You still got to keep moving. Life is still going on. We're all going through things in this life, but you cannot forget who you are. So during the time where you have downtime, and you may not have to open your church like everybody, some of the people that are opening their churches or your business, take this time out for yourself and remember who you are, where you came from, why you even started on the path that you started on, why you even decided you was going to come up with this dream or this goal in life that you would become. Maybe you had a goal when you first started your church. You had a heart for people, and somehow you lost the heart for people. You got irritated with them now. Now you just tolerate people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somewhere God is trying to rejuvenate the care back, the love back, how you treat people back. Maybe in your job status where you got to the point where you were at the bottom and now you're at the top and now you treat people kind of nasty. You got to check yourself. Check yourself, because all this is not happening for no reason. There is a reason behind everything that God does. He does everything in decency and he does it in order. And if your life is out of order, that means he's trying to put some order back in it. If it hasn't been decent, then he's trying to put some decency back in there. You got to let God work how He working. Don't let this time go away where you don't do the work on yourself. Be mindful of everything you do. Be mindful of every place you go. Be mindful of the things you say, the things you think, your thoughts. Them nasty, stinky thoughts that you have about other people and about yourself. Even if it's your family members and you not treating them right, you don't care. You don't want to forgive them because of something you think that they should have did better. They should have did right. Everybody is human. Everybody gets a chance. That's what God says. Everybody gets a chance. You get love and you get love and you get love. He don't separate people, say you don't get no love. He said you get mercy, you get grace, you get faith, you get gentleness and honor and peace and love and kindness and stuff. He gives it out. He gives it out so much that sometimes we just take it for granted. He woke you up today. He gave you strength today. He gave you courage every day to get up and do the things that you do. That even the new things you're trying to venture into, He's giving it to you. He's easing it out to you every day. He gives us enough for every single day. And yet we want to get caught up because we got a title. We want to get caught up because we're in some kind of status above everybody else. Really, y'all? We can't be like that. That ain't the way God wants this world to be. He said, love everybody. That means you be equal with your brother and your sister. Somebody going through some things that they're not going to be going through forever. They're just going through right now. And sometimes people are recycling cycles because they're struggling with that thing. They wrestling with that thing. And then what do you do? Do you talk about them? Or do you go pray for them? Say, God, help them to get out of that cycle. Help them to learn how to balance that thing. Get out of that thing. Because some struggles for people are real. But the results, the power of God is real too. And that's what we got to get caught up in. How much do you want to be where you want to go? What do you want to do in life? You got to get in touch with God. You may find that where you started out, when you're going through this search, going through this finding yourself again with God during this COVID time, you may find out that, oh my God, I got off track over here. 5 years ago, this happened. Someone said something. Someone did something. Someone took something. Someone left. You'll find that that's where your spot is. And this is when you got to go back and tell God, forgive me. God, I got off track. I know better. I got to do better. We don't need titles to be loving. We don't need status to be caring. They don't require anything of a sort. What God wants from you is just to be you. To love Him, to love His people, to love yourself, and to serve accordingly. That's all we need. Well, this has been a Kindness Moment from Lady Dr. P. I hope I bless someone today. Just doing God's work. And I'll see you again on the next round. God bless you.